Extraordinary news broke through ordinary life when I learned that for 20 years my blood carried toxins from pollution, food, and everyday chemicals without me knowing the real effects it had on my health. For years, I struggled with low energy, lack of focus, skin issues, and a general feeling that something wasn't right, but I couldn't put a finger on the cause. Most of us think that our bodies handle everything on their own, but the truth is more complex. Toxins do enter our bloodstream through the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink. These tiny particles and chemical remnants can contribute to slow declines in how we feel each day and can be linked to bloating, fatigue, and inflammation if the body cannot keep up with the load. In this video, you will learn exactly how these toxins get into the blood, how they silently affect your body over time, and most importantly, the scientifically supported ways to help your body handle these challenges more effectively without dangerous quick fixes. You will see why many popular detox claims don't hold up under real health science, and what real experts actually point to as meaningful ways to support your body's natural systems. Some methods that are marketed heavily online and in wellness products don't actually remove toxins at all and can even cause harm if done incorrectly. So it is important to separate what's real from what's hype. You will hear about the organs that work every second to filter your blood, how hydration and balanced nutrition truly make a difference, and why small daily habits are more powerful than drastic crash cleanses. The liver and kidneys already perform complex detoxification processes around the clock, turning harmful substances into waste that can be removed from the body. And the healthier you support these organs, the better your overall well-being becomes. By the end of this video, you will understand how toxins interact with your body on a deeper level, what signs to look out for that indicate your system may be under stress, and the safe, science-backed routines you can follow if you feel your body needs a reset. This is not about quick shortcuts or miracle cures. This is about real, meaningful change that can help you feel clearer, lighter, and more energized when done right. You'll also learn what foods and habits can ease the load on your internal systems and support them naturally, based on what health professionals recommend rather than what marketing wants you to believe. Stay with me till the end because the information you will learn here could change the way you think about your health. Whether you have ever felt unexplained tiredness, skin problems, digestion issues, or persistent fatigue, the answers are closer than you think, and they start with understanding how your body actually works. This video will leave you with knowledge that you can apply right away, step by step, to start helping your body function at its best. I'll also share simple habits that almost anyone can add to their routine without risk, so you don't need extreme diets or expensive treatments to begin seeing real improvements. We welcome you to our channel where we break down confusing health topics into simple, clear explanations and real evidence-supported advice. If you want to feel better, understand your body, and take control of your well-being in a realistic way, you are in the right place. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our future videos that help you live healthier and smarter day by day. It all started with a slow sinking feeling that something was not right with my body, a heaviness I could not shake off no matter how much sleep I got or how many vitamins I tried. And what I later learned was that toxins from food, the air around us, and everyday products had been quietly entering my bloodstream for years and placing a burden on my organs before I even understood what was happening. Everyday life exposes us to tiny chemical particles that come from many places most people never think about. The air outside is not always clean, especially in cities or near busy roads where exhaust and dust circulate and find their way into our lungs and eventually into our blood. Breathing polluted air is one of the most common ways tiny particles enter our body over time, and these are not visible dust but microscopic chemicals and particles that require our lungs, liver, and immune system to work harder to manage them. At the same time, the water we drink, although treated, can sometimes carry traces of chlorine, chemicals from pipes, or other contaminants that our kidneys must filter out. What we eat also plays a role. Many foods, especially processed foods, carry preservatives, artificial colors, and chemical residues from pesticides that remain even after washing or cooking. These small exposures may seem harmless at first, but when combined and repeated, day after day, year after year, they slowly create what some experts call a toxic burden in the body. This burden is not something that appears overnight. It builds up quietly, and it often does not show up in obvious ways until it begins to affect how we feel. Common symptoms of this kind of slow toxin accumulation include persistent fatigue, difficulty concentrating, dull skin, and a weakened immune system. And at first I dismissed these as normal stress or aging, but as time went on I realized these were signs. My body was working overtime just to maintain balance. My skin, once clear, began to show more frequent breakouts and dullness, and my energy levels dropped so often that I felt like I was carrying a weight I could not explain. I had days when my mind felt foggy and slow, even after a good night's sleep, and I struggled to focus on simple tasks that used to feel easy. These experiences made me wonder if what I was calling normal tiredness was actually my body signaling that something was off deep inside. I tried many common approaches that people talk about when they feel sick or tired, from extreme diet changes to trendy detox products that promise to flush toxins out of your body quickly. But I found that most of these did not help me in a lasting way, and in some cases left me feeling worse because they were extreme or misleading. Some products claimed to support detox by using herbs or teas, but these often had no real effect on the deep internal cleansing my body needed, or were simply too harsh, leaving me drained rather than relieved. It was frustrating to invest time and hope into something that did not work, and I began to think that maybe I was just stuck feeling this way forever. Many people have similar experiences but are told that tiredness and brain fog are simply part of aging, or that only medical treatments can make a difference, which is not always true. I started digging deeper into real biological processes rather than wellness marketing claims, and I learned that the human body already has an advanced system for handling harmful substances and waste, and this system works continuously without us being aware of it. Your liver, for example, filters the blood that circulates through your digestive tract and breaks down harmful substances into forms that your body can eliminate. And this process happens in multiple phases, where enzymes help convert dangerous compounds into safer ones that can be removed through urine, stool, or sweat. At the same time, your kidneys act like natural filters, cleaning your blood by removing waste products and excess substances, converting them into urine that leaves your body. These organs, along with your lungs, digestive tract, and even your skin, work together every day to protect you from the everyday exposures you face just by living in the world. What I discovered was that when you constantly expose yourself to more chemical agents and processed foods without supporting these natural detox systems with healthy habits, your body's ability to keep up slows down and you begin to feel the effects. Things like low immunity, fatigue, and slower mental clarity are signs that your internal cleansing team is overwhelmed. I realize that most people think detox means taking a special drink or following an extreme cleanse for a week, but real detoxification is something your body already does, and what matters is how to support those natural processes in a sustainable way. What changed everything for me was learning how to support my liver and kidneys in a safe, science-based way while reducing the daily toxin load I was exposing myself to. Instead of chasing quick fixes, I began to focus on habits that help these organs do their jobs more efficiently. I started to drink more water throughout the day because hydration is essential for kidney function and helps your body flush waste more easily. I paid attention to whole foods rather than processed snacks because a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and nutrients gives my liver and kidneys what they need to process chemicals and waste products instead of making them work harder to deal with unnecessary additives.
I began to take gentle steps to improve my gut health since a healthy digestive system not only absorbs nutrients but also moves waste out of the body.
So it is not reabsorbed into the bloodstream. I learned that fiber-rich foods help bind and remove toxins in the gut, making it easier for my body to keep things moving and less likely to let toxins settle back into my system. These changes were not dramatic overnight miracles, but over time I noticed a shift in my energy and clarity, and I felt less weighed down by the constant exhaustion I used to accept as normal. Along the way, I also learned that regular movement and exercise increase circulation, which helps transport toxins to the organs that process them, and that sweating, whether through a workout or by spending time in a hot environment, can also help your skin release small amounts of waste that might otherwise linger. What struck me most was how much of this is simple biology that most people never learn. The liver's job is incredibly complex, and while many detox products claim to enhance liver function, the truth is that maintaining balanced nutrition, good hydration, and regular physical activity are far more effective ways to help it do what it was designed to do. Medical experts emphasize that many symptoms people blame on toxin overload, like bloating or fatigue, are often due to stress, lack of sleep, or dehydration, and not because your body is clogged with toxins in the way detox products describe. Yet when your liver and kidneys are supported with healthy habits, your overall feeling of well-being improves because these organs are better able to manage everyday exposures and keep your internal chemistry in balance. In the process of changing my lifestyle, I also became more aware of environmental sources of toxins, like the chemicals in cleaning products and plastics that can seep into food and drink, and small changes like choosing products with fewer synthetic ingredients made a noticeable difference in how my body responded. I began to appreciate that even though we cannot avoid every toxin in the world, we can reduce unnecessary exposures and strengthen the natural systems that handle them, which over time can improve how we feel both physically and mentally. My personal journey from constant tiredness and foggy thinking to feeling lighter, more focused, and more energetic did not come from a miracle drink or supplement, but from understanding how my body actually works and making steady, science-based changes that helped my organs do what they were already designed to do. Along the way, I learned that many people struggle silently with similar issues because they believe common detox myths and spend money on quick fixes that do not address the real processes inside their body, and this keeps them trapped in a cycle of frustration and disappointment. What truly makes a difference is learning how your liver, kidneys, lungs, digestive system, and skin work together to manage harmful substances, and then supporting those systems with consistent, simple habits that fit into daily life. When I started to reduce my intake of highly processed foods, drink water regularly, support my gut health, and move my body more, I felt a shift that I had waited years for, and it was not dramatic in one day, but unmistakable over weeks and months. I noticed that I woke up with more energy and did not feel as sluggish by midday, and I could think more clearly without that persistent heavy fog that used to make even simple decisions feel hard. My skin looked healthier, and even my mood improved as I stopped feeling weighed down by physical discomfort that I once thought was just normal. This transformation did not happen by accident, and it did not require extreme diets or spending money on special cleanses, but it did require paying attention to how I treated my body every day. Toxin buildup does not happen suddenly, and detoxing your body does not happen instantly either. It is a gradual process that becomes more effective when you build habits that support your internal systems consistently over time. What many people are surprised to learn is that your body already has remarkable capabilities to manage and remove harmful substances. But like any complex machine, it works best when it is given the right tools and conditions to operate at full strength. Through this personal journey, I discovered that when I stopped overwhelming my body with unnecessary chemicals and instead gave it what it needed to function well, my energy, clarity, and overall well-being improved in ways I never expected. The process I followed to gently and effectively help my body reduce the buildup of toxins began with small, simple steps that anyone could implement without extreme diets or expensive supplements. And the first step was paying attention to hydration because water is essential for almost every system in the body, especially the kidneys, which act like natural filters for your blood, removing waste and helping flush out harmful substances. I started by making sure I drank enough water throughout the day, not all at once, but gradually to keep my body functioning efficiently, because dehydration can make your organs work harder and slow down the natural detoxification process. Alongside hydration, I focused on improving my diet in a way that would support my liver, the main organ responsible for processing toxins, by including more whole foods like fresh fruits, vegetables, leafy greens, and high fiber foods that help bind waste in the digestive tract so it can be removed naturally instead of lingering in the system, while also avoiding highly processed foods, refined sugars, and artificial additives that can increase the burden on the liver and kidneys. I learned that certain foods like garlic, onions, turmeric, and cruciferous vegetables naturally support liver enzymes that help break down chemicals and improve overall detox efficiency, so I incorporated them gradually into my meals without forcing myself into restrictive plans or extreme cleanses, understanding that small sustainable changes make the biggest long-term difference. I also began paying attention to how my body reacted to caffeine and alcohol, reducing both in moderation because excess intake can break the liver and disrupt natural detox cycles. And I found that cutting back even slightly made my energy levels more stable throughout the day. Another simple step I added was gentle movement every day, such as walking or light stretching, because physical activity increases circulation and helps transport waste to the organs that process it, and it also encourages sweating, which allows some toxins to exit through the skin. I discovered that sweating in a sauna or during moderate exercise could contribute to feeling lighter and more alert without needing extreme or exhausting workouts that many people feel are necessary for detox. I also incorporated brief periods of mindfulness and stress reduction because stress hormones can influence liver function and overall metabolism, and taking time to relax, breathe deeply, or meditate for even a few minutes a day supported my body's natural processes and made the other steps more effective. Supporting gut health became another important part of the process, since a healthy gut not only absorbs nutrients but also helps eliminate waste efficiently. I focused on eating foods rich in natural probiotics, like yogurt or fermented vegetables, and on including prebiotic fibers from vegetables and whole grains, because a balanced gut microbiome supports the digestive system's ability to move waste and reduce toxin reabsorption, which in turn reduces the workload on the liver and kidneys. I also made sure to monitor the amount of salt and processed oils in my diet, replacing them with healthy fats like olive oil and omega-3 rich foods, which help reduce inflammation and support overall cellular health, making it easier for my body to manage chemical burdens. Where essential is you for my body to manage chemical burdens. To maximize the benefits of these changes, I scheduled meals in a regular rhythm and avoided late-night snacking, allowing my digestive system to have clear periods of rest, because constant eating forces the liver to work continuously without a break, which can slow its efficiency in processing toxins. I paid attention to sleep quality as well, ensuring that I went to bed at consistent times and created an environment conducive to deep sleep, because restorative sleep allows the body to repair tissues, process waste, and rebalance hormones that influence metabolism and detoxification. As the days and weeks went by, I began to notice subtle but unmistakable changes. My energy levels increased steadily, and I could wake up without the sluggish heaviness I had grown accustomed to. My skin, once dull and occasionally breakout prone, looked clearer and more vibrant, and the redness and uneven texture gradually diminished as my body processed the substances that had been lingering in my system for years. I found that my mood improved as well, as I felt lighter and less weighed down by discomfort, and I could focus better on tasks at work and at home, without that foggy mental state that used to slow me down. Even my digestion became more regular, and the bloating that had been a constant annoyance started to fade as my gut became healthier, and my body was able to eliminate waste more efficiently. I could not believe the difference in just a few weeks, and what amazed me was how these changes happened naturally once I gave my body the right conditions to function properly, instead of relying on quick fixes that promised instant results but did not address the underlying systems. The cumulative effect of drinking more water, eating supportive foods, moving my body, sleeping well, and managing stress created a chain reaction that made every other habit more effective and reinforced the improvements I was experiencing. And I realized that the body is remarkably resilient when given the proper care and attention. As these improvements became noticeable, I also added some extra tips to amplify the results without adding complexity or stress to my routine, like keeping a reusable water bottle nearby to ensure I stayed hydrated throughout the day, taking short breaks to walk or stretch during work hours to maintain circulation, and paying attention to posture and breathing to maximize oxygen flow, which supports all organ functions, including those that help detoxify the body. I learned that small tweaks such as replacing sugary drinks with herbal teas, incorporating a few more minutes of sunlight exposure for vitamin D, and even practicing deep breathing exercises in the morning could enhance the natural detox pathways by supporting circulation, immunity, and metabolic processes without any drastic interventions. Gradually, I also became aware of how environmental factors affected the process, so I started using natural cleaning products at home, ensuring proper ventilation, and reducing exposure to unnecessary chemicals from plastics, sprays, and synthetic fragrances, because even low-level daily exposures can accumulate and counteract the benefits of diet and lifestyle changes if not managed carefully. The key was moderation and awareness, understanding that each small choice contributed to a larger system of support for my body's organs, and that over time, these incremental changes created a cumulative improvement in health that was sustainable and realistic, not dependent on expensive products or extreme measures. I continued to observe and adjust based on how my body responded, and I found that flexibility and consistency were more important than perfection, because minor deviations did not undo the progress, but returning to core habits reinforced the benefits and kept the improvements steady. Through this step-by-step approach, I noticed measurable differences in energy levels, mental clarity, mood, digestion, and skin health, and the improvements built upon themselves, reinforcing the importance of sustainable habits that support the body's natural detox systems. I also realized that tracking small changes, like how I felt in the morning, the appearance of my skin, or my energy in the afternoon, helped me stay motivated and see the real impact of these choices, even when it felt gradual. The process became a lifestyle rather than a one-time cleanse, integrating hydration, balanced nutrition, movement, sleep, stress management, and environmental awareness into a daily routine that my body responded to positively. I learned that true transformation does not come from instant solutions, but from understanding the interplay of multiple factors and consistently supporting my organs in doing their work efficiently. Over weeks and months, I could feel the difference in ways that went beyond the physical. As my mental clarity improved, my body felt lighter, and my overall sense of well-being increased in ways I had not experienced in years. Each day, I could notice small victories, less fatigue in the morning, clearer thought patterns during work, smoother digestion, and improved mood stability. And these small wins encouraged me to continue reinforcing the positive habits that had created them. I became more mindful of how certain foods, drinks, and routines influenced my energy and clarity, adjusting in small ways to optimize outcomes without feeling overwhelmed. And I found that these tiny choices added up to dramatic changes over time, improving my life steadily and consistently. Alongside the main steps, adding simple extra habits amplified results even further, like ensuring proper portion sizes during meals, adding a few more servings of vegetables, practicing short meditation sessions to reduce stress, making time for regular, light exercise, and keeping a consistent sleep schedule, all of which contributed to the overall improvement and supported the organs responsible for detoxification. Hydration remained a key pillar, and I learned to listen to my body's signals for thirst rather than waiting until dehydration set in, which helped maintain kidney efficiency and circulation. I also kept an eye on environmental exposures, reducing unnecessary contact with chemicals at home or work, and focusing on clean air and safe food storage to minimize new toxins entering the body, recognizing that detoxification works best when both internal support and external reduction of exposure are combined. Through this methodical, step-by-step approach, I observed a remarkable transformation over time, not only in how I felt physically, but also in my mental resilience and emotional balance, demonstrating that supporting the body's natural systems produces profound benefits that extend far beyond simple removal of toxins and into overall quality of life. The gradual improvements in energy, skin clarity, mood, and cognitive function reinforced the importance of patience, consistency, and awareness, showing that sustainable results are built through daily manageable habits that the body can adapt to naturally, rather than drastic measures that promise immediate but temporary effects. Over time, I integrated these habits so seamlessly into my routine that they became second nature, and the benefits continued to accumulate, illustrating the power of gradual science-based support for the body's own detox mechanism, and confirming that even long-term exposure to environmental and dietary toxins can be managed effectively with the right combination of hydration, nutrition, movement, sleep, stress management, and lifestyle awareness. Each element in this process worked synergistically, reinforcing the others, and the results were unmistakable: clearer skin, more stable energy, improved mood, better focus, smoother digestion, and a renewed sense of control over my health, demonstrating that supporting the body's natural detox systems is not only possible, but also sustainable and impactful when approached carefully, thoughtfully, and consistently over time. If you found this video helpful and want to take control of your health. Don't forget to like this video. It really helps us reach more people who need these tips. Subscribe to our channel so you never miss simple science-backed ways to support your body and feel your best every day. Share this video with friends or family who might benefit, because everyone deserves to know how to flush toxins safely and naturally. I want to hear from you. Would you try this method to help cleanse your body? Comment below and tell us your thoughts or experiences, because your story could inspire others too. Stay consistent, take small steps, and watch your body transform. You deserve it.